Hi everybody and welcome to the Duelat Experience. We are gonna talk today about the hero you want to level up and the one that are best of your normal course, so not to specialize on PvE or PvP or whatever, just the best one you should aim and level up. So without any further ado, let's go through the heroes. So yeah, I've got finally Yuri, but I had to pull the PD timer on it. In fact, the only way I could obtain it was with the full 27k pull, and I had to select him in the end. So we are not here talking about Yuri. We are talking about the best hero you should focus on. So the first and foremost hero you should focus on is Kyo 98. Let's not talk about, tier list or the fast character. If you are lucky enough to be able to pull one Zero Original, Orochi Leona, or Rugal, or whatever, or the new Tekken incoming fighters, good for you. Let's talk about the one that game provides you, and let's try to understand if they are, baits or good characters. One of the very first characters that you will obtain is Kyo Kusanagi 98. He's pretty good, and you will get him soon enough, and it's part of one of the advent, so you will get enough. He has a quest, so you will get enough soul event in normal. You can farm it, so it's pretty easy to limit break, and it's good. Another Kyo that you will obtain, and let's go over a color at a time. So let's go over purple here, is Kyo 96. Kyo 96 is super good for two reasons. The first one is that it is available in one of the advent, the Arena one, we just ended it. And the second one is that his cost is only 51, so you will be able to beat some of the content with him and gain those low cost ranks. He's not in the lower part of the cost, because there are quests in the epic quest. I will go over this once, and I will explain what the cost, why the cost is important and what it matters. So if you go here, there are some fights that you have to clear with a fighter that costs 56 or less. If you check the whole quest, the best character you can obtain to fight this one are 45. So 51 is not the bare minimum of it, but it will help you clear most of it. So it's good enough, and you will not use him in this. But for example, he is a good character to have in this one. As you can see, he is a bonus character in this event. So 96 and 98, which is one of the freebie you will get early on, are pretty good to get and to level up. Shiranui is one that is usually, suggested to be the one you get from the free 5-star selector at the beginning of the game. She's good enough, and she can bully some kind of event like the Clark and Ralph Sentai Rangers, but it's pretty difficult to use correctly. And I'd rather go with the two Kyos, especially because the 96 has the Barn effect on most of his skills, and Barn is really cool to have, especially as a striker. So it's a good effect. And as I said, it's a bonus character in the grid, which is the second episode, epic quest. So for the purple, you will get for free the 98. And if you are lucky enough to pull the 96, go for them. They are pretty good. Ignore the rest, unless you wanna go for waifus or husbandos. Maybe you love your Ralph or May or whatever. But those two are pretty good. They are reliable, and they are one of the best purple character. Let's say free character, because 98 is basically free character in the game. Set aside all those pay to win character or the rarer one. Going over the second color, the best one here I'd suggest is this little girl. She's pretty easy to get because she's the original 4-star, and she's one of the best characters you are gonna build for the time attack, because she has one of the best leadership in the game, giving you 5% power when killing an enemy. So you will snowball really pretty quick. You will just basically use her there, and she's the best, absolutely the best lead in that. So PvE wise, she's bonkers, and she costs just 39. If you remember, the lowest cost was 45, so she fits in that niche. And yeah, level her up, she's good, and basically the leadership is the only reason you level her up. So I will not go in this special video, specific video, sorry, about the percentage of OTG combo that you can get with them or whatever, because it's not the scope of this video. I will go over an insight about those characters during the next days or weeks, depending on the character in the specific, and I will just enumerate the ones that are worth gearing up and leveling up. As of the limit break for her, it's pretty easy because you have an hard quest for soul event, but she is available in the pools. So, and she's a 3 stars, so it's a silver one. It's a 4 star, sorry. So it's a silver, and it's one of the one you get most. Why I'm saying that? Because if you go over a generic summoning pattern, you will see, let's go over this rate. As you can see, the 4 star at 74% chance of be pulled, so they are even more common than the 3 star. So let's go back to the fighters, and as I said, unless I got lucky and on my third or second pull I got my Rochiliona, so I'd rather upgraded that. So I wanted Yuri, so I pulled for it, and I got Leona, and I just used her. I don't even have her skill card, but that's enough for me. I don't care. She's bonkers. So that's why Yuri is my pet project to be upgraded later on. If we go in the next category, let's go over the red. Here, the queen of the game is my Shiranui 95, this little baby here. And she is the one that you should pull from the infinite summon. I will show you how in a second. But the game will give you and will force you to upgrade up to level 85, or 85 is mature, so it's Vice. She is reliable, she is good, and she has a lot of combo effect. As I said, she's the second character you will get from the festival, because the order is yellow, red, and green. So the game will give her to you for free, and will ask you to level her up, limit breaker and whatnot, up to level 80. So she's good, you will get her. So as I said here, the first and foremost red character is Mei Shiranui. She is able to cheese so many characters, especially if you get 2 option cards that reduce the cooldown, the one from maximum, the one or 2 of those, and the one from Kula and Ki. Here, this one. Sorry, I couldn't find those. I'm blind. So those 2 will reduce the cooldown of her, so she will be able to corner infinite anyone. You will just, PvE guys don't really dodge, so you will be able to just corner combo them. I will show, as I said in another video, it's not the scope of this one. So red, go for Mei Shiranui in the infinite pull, and then go over Vice when you are asked to. Let's go over the filter. Let's go over the yellow first. As I said, the game will tell you to get through a series of festival. The first one after the Welcome Festival is the yellow, and the boy that will be given to you is Terry Bogard. This bad guy here, which is not technically a bad guy, is bonkers. He has a good chain of combos. He can stun the guys in the air for a long time and can punch them in the air. So yeah, level him up. He will be your yellow carry for a long time. If you are lucky enough to get Yuri 97, he is good, or Benimaru, they are pretty good. But they are, a 4-star and a 5-star, so maybe you will not get them. But Terry is bonkers. The issue, and if you go over the cost of this, you will see that Benimaru has a 58 cost, while Terry has a 57. So it's good enough, but not that low. And the one that I suggest you for the low level, it's the yellow Yuri. It's a 36 guy, and he has a good chain of combos. So level up your Terry, then a second one if you get Yuri, Orochi, or many other festival character. Festival are just bonkers. It's a whole category on their own. They are better than anyone, but their cost, as you can see, is higher. It's 63 for Yuri. It's higher than the normal guys, so you won't be able to complete some kind of epic quests. That's why I'm suggesting free-to-play characters, and Terry Bogard is absolutely one of the best one. Let's go over the green one, and the third event, as I said, in the order is yellow, red, and green is the third one. The third one will give you Mature. Mature is a strong character with a super bonker ability, which is the third one will bleed their guys, and applying bleeds will make them take damage over time, and that means that in the epic quest, especially in the Kagura chapter, which is the third one, she will gain some life every damage she takes. So unless you have those bleeds, you won't be able to do that easily unless you outpower her or something. So Mature is super good in that aspect of the game. She's a reliable character, and the bleeds are super good. So let's go over the green. An alternative for the green is the green Yuri or Robert. Robert is decent, but he's not super good. And Yuri, again, it's a defensive character with a low skill set, but it's, the next best you can get. But you will probably be low unless you pull something in the fast side of the game. You will be weak on the green side for a long time until you get Mature, and then you will be sorted because she's pretty good. So going over the all generic guys, as I said, Terry Bogard, Kyu Kusanagi, 98 and 96 for the purple, Terry for the yellow with Yuri. For the blue, you will go for Yuri Sakazaki, the 4-star, and eventually Athena. And green, you will go for Mature, that will be given to you, and eventually you will probably get someone else like Yuri, which is decent but not super good. And for the red, Mei Shiranui is the best one you can get, but Vice will be given to you and you will need to upgrade her for the quest. So I've talked about how you want to get them and why I chose them over others, because the soul availability, for example, the worst one is Terry, which doesn't have a good way of obtaining his souls, but he will probably be the one you do spend the souls in the exchange shop. So let's over the exchange shop, and as you can see, you can spend 2,000 soul currency, 3,000 sorry, to obtain his souls, and this resets. So you can gain up to 60 Terry souls, and that's fine enough. They are pricey, so I will suggest you to wait until you have pulled all your wished character. Maybe you are going for 0 and you pull 10 times, maybe you will get Terry from there, so there's no point in buying before you need those shards. But the others, they are pretty common in the soul part because you can get specific quests for them. Mei Shiranui is on the harder part because she's available in the expert chapter 94, but you will get there no problem, so it's just a matter of time until you get her, and she's perfectly fine at 60. She will cheese so much content for you, and in the end you will probably use the yellow souls, the second one, or the red one if you don't have, but you usually save those for the fast character. For example, you want to use the let's say the yellow one you want to use on Yuri here, and the purple, they are specific to the fest. Fest has festivities, so and rainbow you will never use on a common character. Use only on the best of the best, like Orochi or Yukai or whatever, the very big best guy. Or if you love Armor King, go for it. So this is it. Let's talk about how to obtain Mei Shiranui. As I said, there's this little trick here, which is called the infinite reset fighter, whatever, blah blah blah. You will get to do this only once. So you get in here and you will be able to summon 10 characters here, and if you got your Terry, for example, and you don't like this, you can retry and go over it until you get the one that you want. For example, I got Kyo here, you wanted the Kyo, let's take it. And in the end you got Yuri too or whatever. So choose the one that suits you best, and you will be only paying until you have chosen the one you really want. So as you can see, I'm only pulling guys that I already have, so it's pointless for me to go over there and keep those. But in this case, I got King 94. King 94, for example, is good for the gold farm team, because as you can see here, she will increase the gold that she gains, as you can see, with with King 95 or King 96. So I may settle with her and go over it, or I just keep going over and over until I get someone else. When I'm fully happy with what I get here, so I got Q97, whatever. When you are happy, when you got your Mei Shiranui, or maybe you pulled Mei Shiranui with the free character that you got, you can stop and press confirm. If you just are done with it, just press confirm. I will not go over it because I'm waiting for a proper king or Saishu or Idern. That is one character that I like, but I didn't. Vice 96 is super good, so I may stick with her. I will think about it. So I won't bore you with the pooling of my characters. And if this crashes, so let's say the game crashed, you will not spend the gem until you are really in. You are pressing confirm, so don't worry about it crashing or whatever. To be honest, yeah, just take it slow and pull for the one that you need. And if you are going for, you want to spend your $100 for 0 because you love zeros from the event or whatever, you can just settle and pull 0 first. As you can see, the infinite summon is still here and I have my 500 gems. So you can go over 0 here, pull 0 a bunch of times until you get him or you get someone else. And in the meanwhile, you probably get some other 5-star or 6-star that you were looking for, incidentally. And when you are done with that, just go over the infinite reset summon. I still haven't used it, even though I'm rank 91 and basically most of the heroes here. I'm just waiting because maybe I want Iron, I got lucky and I pulled my Shiranui for free in the first free roll that you get, the 10 free character. And then I roll for Leona and for Yuri and got Leona. So I didn't need anyone else. And I will be pulling for 0 in the last days, but this is out of the scope of the video. So, as I said, you can get Mei Shiranui from the Infinite Summon, or if you got her, get in the, lucky pool initial, you can get Kyo 96, or maybe you want to get someone else to fill your alls. The most important thing is that you get one good character at the first and stick with it. So stick with Kyo 98 at the beginning or Terry 96 at the beginning. Go through the game, complete the story, because if you complete the whole PvE story on normal mode, you will be able to pull for Orochi, Yuri and Leona. And if you completed this, you will be able to get some additional reward until the 26th of this month. Check the forum. There's I will go over there in a moment. There's an event that if you complete the story in the before this event, you will get some rewards. So as you can see here, if you complete 94, you will get 10 summon tickets. If you complete 95, 96 and 97, you will get the 5-star summoning tickets, and then you will get up to 1000 gems, as you can see. So it's battle card, fighter, 1000 gems. And this ends on the 19th on the JP and 26th on our. So should be enough time for this. But as I said, focus on the Terry, Kyo, Vice, Mature, and the little Yuri. You can pull it, she's pretty common. And then fill the holes with Kyo 96 and King if you get her. And that's it. They are the best free-to-play character that you can get. They are good enough to level up and fully gear. Cores will be an issue, money will be an issue. As you can see, I'm pretty poor at the moment, but it's all because the new guild and whatever. So the order is pull for your banner that you wish to pull, maybe it be 0 or your Orochi Yuri or whatever. Then you pull the infinite one to get the one that you're missing, Mei Shiranui or Kyo 96, and then wait for the PvE story and the green festival. It's yellow, green, red and green, to give you for free Terry, Vice and Mature, and you are sorted. You will be able to rank up into the tower and complete the story. I basically complete my story, and I got yesterday Yuri, so he is not the one that's making me able to complete the story. I completed the story. I'm going over the hard mode and expert mode. So as you can see, this is nearly gone. There are some chapters that are, difficult to fulfill because if you just get it once, it will fail you. But as you can see, this is all done. So you will be able to complete most of the story. The epic quest is done with those guys. So it will take time, but if you get everything in the very first day of the game, it's not worth playing. So I hope this is good enough for you and will make you feel better when you are spending your resources on characters you may say, maybe they are not good enough in the long run. They are. And my PvP my PvP team is Terry, Leona and Kyo 98, and I am not best of the best, and I don't spend money on it because I'm not buying an additional rank, but I am rank 386, and it's only taking time for me to rank up in the various steps. And as I said, I'm not spending any money on it, so it's good enough. You will be able to rank up and gain rewards from that. So just go with the flow and follow the story. Those characters are pretty good, and if you learn to use Vice correctly, she's just crazy good. I will talk in depth about each of those characters in the future video. Yeah, that's it for today. Catch up in the channel. So, bye. Thank you for watching.